Initially, I wasn't worried. I just thought he was a bit more quiet and less outgoing. But after a while, probably a year, I noticed that he wasn't really meeting the same milestones that the other children were meeting. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know what the developmental milestones were and when they were supposed to occur.
Kingsley was developing and showing some milestones that are what you call typical up to about 12 months. Maybe 6 months later, Kingsley seemed to lose the ability to do some of those things.
He started to speak some word when he was 1.5, and he started walking when he was 1. So he does quite well as like other children. When Daniel was 3, he didn't speak at all. So we worry about him.
First we actually thought Bailey was deaf because we'd call Bailey's name and he wouldn't look at you, he wouldn't even let on.
Bailey never made a sound when he was born. He was like silent. He didn't sleep for 17 to 18 hours after he was born. They couldn't get him to feed. He was really alert. He didn't want to be held. It was like, put me back in my little bassinet and leave me be. Noticed that he watched a lot of movement in rooms, like a fan moving, and he would just stare at it, or he would watch the television and almost not blink. He wasn't interacting. There was the real lack of eye contact.
Maybe 10 months old, and he laughed for 2 hours, like excessively. In hindsight, that was probably abnormal and had something to do with that there was already something different about him.
Probably around, somewhere around 4 months, probably started noticing different little subtle differences to other kids.
There's a problem here with his sleeping, there's a problem here with his feeding, but the rest of the time he was a happy baby. Leave him alone and he was happy. So you sort of juggle with that. Is there something wrong or is it just me?
Alex was a late talker, and we thought just because he was a boy and everyone talks at different ages, I actually was quite casual about it. And at preschool, they actually suggested I get a hearing test for Alex because he didn't seem to notice when they called his name and everything. When I took Jack to one of his appointments to the early childhood nurse, and she seemed a little bit more interested in Alex and the fact that he wasn't talking because he was 2.5. She actually suggested that we make an appointment to go and get him assessed.
He didn't have the typical signs. He didn't have the flapping, didn't walk on his tippy toes or anything like that. He just was quiet. Flynn had lots of ear infections. Was constantly had glue ear, had 2 sets of grommets by the time he was 3.5. We put his non-speaking, his lack of communication, down to constantly having glue ear.
The Early Education Centre were having an information evening about autism. Halfway through it, I kind of was slinking in my seat thinking, hang on, he does this and he does that. And okay, he didn't do all of the things that they mentioned with autism, but he certainly did enough of them for me to be worried.
He had 3 other cousins around the same age. He'd be sitting with his cousins, a group of little 2-year-olds, and they'd be playing with these certain toys together. And Jonathan would crawl away, just not want anything to do with these other kids.